What's up? Welcome back. We got Liam from Sunset Delivery here. Wherever you are, Lawson, we miss you. Alrighty. So, I'll just catch everyone up. Last Saturday, sorry we didn't stream because we were busy making content. We went to the beach, and as you can see on the screen, we these are just some screen grabs on the left, some videos that we made, and then these ones in the middle is like some lifestyle kind of shots. We set up and filmed for 4 or 5 songs, and the boys crushed it. You can see Liam here, just like, oh, didn't mean to do that, vibing out in the background. He's just like rocking out. Oh yeah, yeah, it was a fun time. Would you like to share a bit about your experience, Liam? The B cam. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. No, that's great. Um I would love to hear just a little bit about, because on the day you shared that the day before you were feeling quite, um how are you feeling about the idea of standing on the beach and filming content? Well, it just dropped out, uh, for the last like 5 seconds. Can you keep talking? Talk to me. Well, can you hear me, Liam? I can't hear you for some reason. Oh, you're on mute. How'd that happen? That's weird. Cool. There you go. I hear you. I I heard most of it. It was just like the last 5 seconds. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, I love that transformation that you had. Just like that you were like, okay, let's do this. Let's yeah, be present and let's and ended up being a fun time and you crushed it. Yeah, yeah, you were. You, I feel you, man. No, yeah, like I think I even posted a story the other day of like when I was getting back into this content, like I felt um my body was like tightening up and I was feeling afraid of making my own content and then once I got into it, it was fun. So it's like the exact a similar experience I imagine that you might have had.
went, oh, it's too hard, or it's awkward, or this or that. Like I'm sure was similar to what you felt. Everything's
Yeah.
telling you not to do it, but it's those are the moments that are the best, really.
Yeah.
I think you know.
I just realized that I think only my microphone was coming through up until just about a second ago.
Oh,
I
okay,
I
that's
apologize
all right.
to all the viewers. Um, what do we got? You're definitely coming through now.
Okay.
Um, to recap, oh yeah, I guess in a what's it like a
What
a
do they
one
say
minute
in a nutshell?
what yeah we were talking about you were sharing about the content experience and then yeah your apprehension and about the
Yeah,
experience. Sorry.
yeah. Essentially, it's those situations where you don't feel like doing it, but you get pushed into it. almost not against your will, but like you're really nervous about it, but when you do it, it's like, you know, the most fun. And the that's sort of the moments you look back on fondly. It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, to summarize, it was just a great time, and it was fun, productive, and couldn't have been better, I don't think. um, so yeah.
Hell yeah. Um, and yeah, just for the people that, yes, so because you couldn't hear, we last Saturday, yeah, we got down there at like 6 a.m. and Lawson's girlfriend and a mate came along, and
Hmm.
we just filmed a bunch of content. Um, and it was a great time, just hanging out. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel
Oh.
I feel like so many artists and people feel like say, "Oh, I hate filming content. Like I'm not a content
Mm,
creator," but
mm.
it's just a great experience to show that it can be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And I think it's like, you know, they say they don't like it for a particular reason, myself included, I'll add. But you know, once you kind of commit yourself to the process, it, you know, it can be really fun. And
yeah,
with today's sort of like musical landscape, it's just something you have to do.
yeah.
And it's like that whole thing, like, don't, it's best not to run away with it, just embrace it and have fun with it, and don't take it too seriously, I think, is the big thing.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Alrighty, so before we went live, Liam and I were going through this structure. As you can, let me just make sure everyone. Yep, everyone can see that. So we have. It's basically the hero's journey structure that we have outlined here, and we've got track one, all the way to track 12, and what we're doing here is we're creating a narrative, a story, a journey of Liam and Lawson, Sunset Delivery. Um, and they're sharing their hero's journey as they go about in life and creating their own artist career and creating achieving this mission, which at the moment is to create an international public holiday called something like International Beach Day or something. Um, and the purpose of that is to represent, to encourage people to spend time with family and friends and be present and reflect and be grateful and focus on your health. Um, that is like the long term, like 10, 20 year mission. And then there are lots of little small steps that we can do along the way to get there. For example, um, here are some ideas that Liam came up with earlier. It's like a acoustic show with friends and family, like, and then eventually a beach music festival. You had some other great ideas. What were your some of your favorite ideas that you wrote down here?
I'd say like there was like obviously there can be like local CBD busking performances as well, like as well as the acoustic show at the beach.
Totally.
So that's another one which is kind of just in the same vein. I was also thinking like something with, because obviously we do the artwork ourselves at the minute, but it could be like an engagement thing with fans or community where we might, you know, get someone to do the artwork, or even for like it might not be for the artwork of the songs themselves, because we're obviously trying to stick to a theme at the minute, but it could be like to do with other promotional um, artworks, like whether, you know, when we start playing live or whatever, or whatever it is, like for the local performance or something like that. um and then also I was thinking, what else? Oh, sort of like a reel per week, or like a Q&A type thing where we could discuss like reflection, well-being, and how that ties to our music, and sort of how yeah, I guess so that we can better engage with people about, you know, what our sort of mission is with these songs. What do these songs sort of represent? With obviously the lyrics tell a story of themselves, but just to dive into a bit more detail would be quite interesting as well. Um, and sort of like I was even thinking of something. I don't know if this would work, but like you could do like a reel per week where it's like, how can we be more intentionally present? Featuring potentially a professional or someone in the field of psychology, and then relating that back to our music, or obviously it's not going to turn into a mental health YouTube channel or something like that, but just something where we can sort of promote what we're trying to do, if that
Mm.
makes sense. So just sort of tie it all together, and just to show people truly what we want to promote and sort of what our music is about, um, as well as our overall brand and sort of who we are as people and what we value. Um, and like I said, these are all just rough ideas, so the way in which those might present themselves might differ in future or vary or anything. But look, if anyone has any ideas, feel free to chuck it in the live chat.
Awesome.
We'll take
Love it.
anything.
Yeah, these are all great. Yeah, and like you said, they're all great ways to encourage engagement. The the artwork, I think that's a cool idea of like made by fans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So it's like encouraging people to go spend time with friends and family at the beach, and then capture that, and share it as a part of an actual
actually, that
event.
just that just inspired something. I think even that would be cool, like a whole like a hashtag sunset delivery thing where
Yeah,
it's like if there's a moment that you've, for example, someone might go to the markets on the weekend, and capturing those moments, and then sort of documenting those as like this is a sunset delivery moment or something like that
yeah,
might be a cool idea. I know a
100%.
lot of bands do. There's this one band that does like a fan art Friday sort of thing. So like I think anything that can increase, and they've got like a Discord thing because they're gamers and that. So anything where you can sort of create that connection with the audience, and also just random passerbyers, who can get on board the train is interesting.
Yeah,
And I like that idea that you just mentioned. That would be. I'm just going to quickly write that down. Capturing photos where you feel or representing these moments as artwork. Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, just essentially trying to increase the engagement with people, and sort of build something that's a bit more than just the music. Obviously, is the idea.
and like how we were talking about this, the public holidays, the end goal, and
Yeah,
how like small steps.
yeah,
Like we could even, whatever we ended up calling it. Let's just say, sunset delivery day, for example, or maybe
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I might be become,
That's
um,
funny. I like that.
International Beach Day, whatever it is.
Yeah,
We can start that already. Like even though it's not an official
right.
day, we can. So when we're doing these like performances,
Mm-hmm.
like, and maybe we try and figure out what is the actual day. Maybe we
Yeah,
start a small ritual of like every, I don't know, the first Sunday of every month or something, or maybe it's once a week, where we actually do take out time and you go to the beach or you spend time with friends and family,
yep.
and then just play a song, capture that, hashtag sunset delivery day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a great idea.
Because that's already like we're not waiting for the actual official law. We're just like we're just doing it, and then we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
That's
And I
pretty
mean
cool.
that's also if you capture that, that's even more content as well. Not to
Yeah,
get too content, like, but it's another way of promoting it as well. If you post it every Sunday, for example, if you try and post a video every Sunday at the same time, it's like, becomes a thing that people might follow.
yeah,
And it's like you said, a ritual sort of thing. Um,
That's very
Yeah, I
cool.
like that idea. That's cool.
Okay, zooming out metaphorically and
Literally.
literally. um, so where we're going with this is we're trying to create a journey of Liam and Lawson going on their um, building their career, making this international beach day a reality, um, creating the lives that they want, and like sharing their beliefs and values with the world. And so that is their story, their hero's journey, and we're telling that story through song, and through visuals, through content, stuff like that. So
Mm.
we're creating the soundtrack of their lives. Oh, isn't that cool? Um, so from that perspective, so for those that aren't too familiar with the hero's journey, it's like the structure that most movies and TV shows follow. It's just like it's like from it starts with the ordinary world. It's like here is where I am, but I want to get over here, so I need to go on this journey of like learning and pain and growth, and then through failure, and then I eventually get to reach my goal and learn and grow and stuff like that, which basically just mimics how we experience life.
Yeah.
So we're starting with the ordinary world. Which do any of these songs do you feel like work well? So um, and we can bring in endless and altitude as well if you feel like
Yeah.
they're part of the story.
Yeah.
Do you feel like any of these capture like, okay, where is the world we are right now? You're talking about like in the city, business suits and stuff like that. Like it's
Yeah.
grey. Do any of these songs kind of capture that part of the story? Do you think?
I would say probably out of all of them, either I would say probably Autopilot, I think,
Mm,
because
yeah.
the I mean the chorus is even, like being stuck on autopilot, which represents, that I mean that whole song was written about that sort of feeling of, life's kind of just coming at you and it's the same thing every day sort of thing.
Mm,
Um, whereas like for example, if you take Skyline, for example, that one's about escaping that. So that might come a bit later. Um, and then Sunray's sort of about finding that, I guess, motivational reason within yourself that you want to do something. So like it's hard to place it exactly. Um, and until we meet again, that's just more like relationship esque about which kind of takes place in the start of the story, I'd say as well. But
mm,
yeah, definitely, I think Autopilot really captures that mundane dread sort of that sort of borderline depressive feeling of like everything's the same. You feel like you can't control anything in your life. It's all just sort of happening to you rather than happening for you, or you're in control sort of thing.
yeah.
So I reckon that's definitely, for a long-winded answer. That's the first one I'd say.
It's actually a perfect track. Yeah, to start with.
Mm,
It's exactly yeah everything you said.
yep.
Cool. Alrighty. I wonder, is there an image we could either create something with AI or do you have Pinterest?
I do. I've also got a. There's also a meme that represents this really well.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you got it,
Um,
chuck it in.
I will. I will send this. Actually, it's not a meme. Sorry, it's just an artwork thing. I'll drop it in. Okay, let me just drag it underneath. Um, I don't know if you can see that image. It's kind of funny. It's not a meme, sorry. It's an artwork that's been turned into a meme later
Okay.
later on. So shout out to the original artist. But
Cool.
Yeah, it I guess the guy with the purple shirt kind of represents where I was at, without sounding dramatic. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer here, but just sort of that feeling of mundaneness. And then the guy on the right with the orange shirt is very much like, I guess a big part of feeling like you're on autopilot is sort of out of your control, because it's just you might be in a bad state of mind at that point, and that's why. But I guess the guy looking at the mountains and the beautiful sun and everything, that sort of represents, um, I guess, skyline as well,
Mm,
and sort of that feeling of, if you try and put yourself in the best situation that you can to feel good about life, and sort of repeat that and make it a bit of a habit, then that can sort of sometimes pull you out of a dark place, or into a more satisfied life or whatever, and that's just a small step of the overall story that we want to tell there. So I just thought that was kind of funny,
yeah,
and it relates to it a little bit. So
that's
um
great. When you think, I mean, you might have described it in the lyrics. Do you are the lyrics up on the internet, or oh, actually, we have them in
oh yeah, true. We
our
should probably,
spreadsheet.
I know you can upload them as well. We should probably do that at some point, because we've got them all here, I think. Let's see. If you don't have the ones for, I think Autopilot's there basically. They've been a little bit refined, but I've got I'm sure I've got the ones for Skyline on my phone somewhere.
Okay, I've got
Um,
Autopilot, Skyline. I got Sunray, Skyline. Yeah, I'm
okay, you
sure
got
it's
it, brilliant.
like I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, whether it's like 100% accurate or not.
Yeah, they
Um,
might be like 95%, but I think the message will still get across. But
um,
if any of them are really out of whack, just let me know.
let
I can always
me.
find the updated ones.
Let me add this. Okay. So we got Autopilot. I'm just looking for kind of some keywords that we can. Um, I wouldn't mind getting one more image
Yep.
for this part that is more like lifestyle realistic that we
Oh,
can
yep.
use as part of like the world that we're creating.
Sure.
I'm maybe it's something like um, it, maybe it's black and white. Maybe there's some fog. Maybe it's in the city.
Yep.
Um, something along those lines. Maybe it is on a bus. Maybe it's in a plane.
Okay.
Um, I mean, I guess you have that plane image, but it doesn't. I think we could get a bit more specific. Has
Yeah. I'm
anything
just
come
trying.
to mind?
Yeah, sort of just that. I mean, it's like when I mentioned it a while ago, like when I was on the bus and there's that like stormtrooper thing from Star Wars where they all get sort of like just dragged off. I'm trying to think if there's like a representative image of how I was feeling at the time. I guess it's kind of like that. I guess, corporate sort of jail cell feeling. I don't know how to describe it. Actually, let me see if this will. Okay. I hope this kind of makes sense. If not, let me know. It should have loaded in, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's great. That's perfect.
Just sort of that like robotic feeling existence of like, yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I love it. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay, let's move these guys to the side. Pop that there. Okay, cool. And let's move on to the next one. We got Skyline. And let's just open up. Let's scroll down. Where are you? Skyline. Cool. I'm just on the sheet now. I'm in the passenger seat of my own life. Lost everything to fight and let's have a look. Let's pull up the song. And can everyone hear that? Spotify, turn on. Cool. The people should be able to hear that as well.
Staring from the backseat, I'm not quite where I should be. The days are starting to wear me down, wear me down. Failing in my 20s, work just makes me empty. The days are starting to wear me down, wear me down. I'm always stuck in fight or flight and the pain won't go away. I'm anxious till the morning light, but then you say, let's drive up to the skyline. All our fears will fade away. Talking to the sunrise and overthinking another day.
Okay, the lyrics have been quite updated since the spreadsheet version.
God.
That's all right. Yeah, well, it creates a similar world as Autopilot, but there's a bit more like there's optimism. So it's like there is a bit of a solution. There's like a so like the verses kind of paint that grey vibe, but then the chorus is just like, oh, let's try to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. If we were, what comes to mind if we were to add another image for Skyline? Like you did, yeah.
I guess I don't know about you, but I feel like the image below is kind of like, I want to say it's like that because it's like
True.
Autopilot's that, and then it represents that, whereas that's sort of got that sense of optimism in it,
Yeah.
but still has that contrast. I don't know. Is that okay? Are you happy if I just leave that one there? And then I'm trying to think if there's an image that sort of bridges. For example, we go that to that to that to that, maybe,
Yeah.
which is almost the artwork itself. It's got quite that that vibe to it.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to think. It's almost like that contrast of life or something, Let me see if I can find anything. And I guess it's almost like with friends, sort of, you know, like you're talking about your problems or some, I don't know, that sort of feeling of taking back control. Or I don't know. This is sort of what I've got. I don't know how well this will fit, but this sort of, I guess, vaguely. Obviously, the verses are a bit more dismal and mundane, but the overall message of the song, I think, sort of paints that vibe of like, look, this is a situation, but we can try and see the best of it, or whatever, you know, or
Yeah.
spending time with friends and loved ones is what will, you know, make you feel human, or so. You know, something like that, I suppose. It'd be good if there was one where it had, like, for example, half the people jumping and half the people crying or something, but but I think for the most part that kind of gets the idea.
Let me try this in Midjourney.
There's the other image I found as well. I'm not sure if that's, but not the text, but the overall image of, like, you know, they're just sitting there and then the one guy's like taking a jump or something. I don't know. I think Midjourney, if we can somehow combine those two jumping with two people that are just like really upset, that would probably be like the best scenario, or something to summarize the song, I suppose. I can try ChatGPT as well, actually.
Yeah, go for it.
While I'm here, okay, let's see what this spits out. Sometimes it's gold, sometimes it's interesting. Oh no, I have to be logged in.
Oh no.
I'll see if I can. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I've done it before anyway. Okay, let's see if I can get the code up and running. Okay. There we go.
I'm trying to do something with Midjourney, but it's like making it super dark. Let's make it. I'll add in one. I want it bright. Maybe I'll just change the color grading is very bright. Global.
Oh, I've actually got this one. Actually turned out quite good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's not like the black and white thing that I wanted, but it's just pasted the same thing. Okay. That's actually so funny. And then I think I've asked it to do. I did one at the beach as well to represent the branding sort of thing. I'm not sure if that's sort of along the vibe, but I don't know. I guess it's I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess that kind of paints the picture, but it needs to be like I want the people in front to be the same people. The back and in black and white. Let's see. I guess along the lines, it's sort of the vibe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost like they're saying yay because the people in front are miserable.
Yeah.
It almost looks like that to me. I feel bad for the people in the front. It's like, yeah, you guys are miserable.
Oh, this is actually kind of cool. See more vibe.
There's the other one it spat out too, with the whole black and white thing.
This is kind of where I was going with it.
Yeah, look, we might have been thinking of it differently. And
Let
that's
me chuck
the
some of
beauty of
these
it.
in. Where were they? SFS Skyline. So I'll chuck them down here.
Oh,
Like,
damn,
it's
yours is
fine.
way better.
Oh, this is not
Mine
way.
is-
It's just different.
Mine is so stock imagey looking. I feel like that suits it better, not gonna lie. Mine is very
That one's a bit too dark. Let's get rid of that. Do you have a favorite out of those three?
I'm gonna delete that one. Yeah, look, that's probably the best. I don't know. That's the best I can get. Mid Journey seems to, mind you, you're probably a lot more descriptive than I was. Let's be real. But yeah, I like that. I like that vibe. This is sort of I'll make this smaller because it's not as relevant. Yeah, I like those ones you came up with.
Do you have a favorite or a least favorite out of those three?
Oh, apologies. I thought you meant out of the ones I had. Sorry. I like the one on the leftmost. Yeah,
Cool.
It's got that real city skyline thing going on.
I'll get rid of the others.
Isn't it scary how we can just create images from prompts now? It's kind of crazy.
I love it. Yeah, it is crazy, and
It's wild.
yeah, it's so fun. And then how we can make these into videos and
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay. This is really interesting. It's creating like that's why I love this part of the process, because we're creating a world that I didn't realize existed like 15 minutes ago. Of like, we've got the gray city vibe.
Yeah.
I might just because this is kind of like a continuation of that story, I might just pop it
100%.
there. Maybe
Yep.
I'll crop this into a square. Yeah, that's fine. Sure. Yes. What do I need to do? Okay, cool. That's it. And then, and these are like the feelings that they're chasing.
Mm-hmm.
I might just make that a square as well. Cool. And yeah, like you said, that's kind of the bridge of where it's going.
Yeah.
It's almost like creating a story of people trying to escape, really, like
Hmm.
escapism. Um, Interesting. This is very cool. And then, okay, we got Sunray. Let's have a look at the lyrics for Sunray, see if I have the latest version. Where are
Off the top of my head, I remember that one's more about like remembering that like the motivation within yourself, or that comes from or like that external hope that you think's coming from someone, you know. But then that's also got Pink Skies 9 to 5 as it cost me my whole life. It's also got that sense of
you?
drudgery in it too. So
Is it costing me my whole life? Brick by brick, tears in my eyes. Why do I push my dreams aside? I don't always think you
Just listening to it and just checking the lyrics.
yeah.
now you're gonna live both of our dreams. Tell me there's a sun shining down on me. Tell me there's a reason I can barely breathe. I don't know where to see you. I just really need you right now. Tell me there's a sun. Tell me there's a sun ray shining down on me.
I just really need you.
Gray clouds, the sun still shines. I wish I could see you with my eyes. Another
Do you have the lyrics somewhere that you can easily
I
copy paste?
might.
If not, I can just type it out. I've got it. It's like 80% there.
Okay, yeah, I think Lawson might have them on his phone, to be honest. I'll check if I've got him on my notes app though. No, I don't have him, unfortunately.
Cool. Almost there.
Yeah, I don't have him.
gray clouds, the sun still shines. I wish I could see you with my eyes. Another brick, I build my life. No longer put my dreams aside. I don't always think of you.
Yeah, cool. What was that one?
See you with my eyes.
Cool. That's pretty much it. Okay, so there's some cool imagery in the lyrics as well there. We've got grey clouds, and then there's the pink skies, and there's the brick by brick. And then there's also like the idea of you looking up to the sun shining down. What does that sound like? What visually? What does that look like to you? You reckon?
It's hard for me to say, but it's weird. It's sort of a bit in line with Skyline in certain aspects of that. Yeah, I really don't know what that would visually look like, other than maybe someone that's looking up to the sky for hope. That's the only thing I can really think of. Or maybe they're exhausted, like maybe they're, I don't know, covered in dust or something, but they're looking up to the sun for hope or something. That's all I can think of, really.
let's try that. And then maybe I'll just grab some of the. Lol. Yeah, you miss. Close but no cigar, mid-journey. This is funny. Elman in the Australian suburbs. That might be better. I'll chuck in a
Yeah, I'm keen to see it.
Oh no. What does that mean? How many images? Turn to relax mode. What's relax mode? Ah, okay, cool. Try that. Sampling. Oh, maybe this new version uses up a lot more. Oh well. I'll just chuck some of these in.
Mhm.
They're funny. It's so not what we're trying to do.
Oh wow, jeez.
Lol.
That's kind of interesting though. Eh? It looks like from the Egyptian times or something.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I know. What I was trying to create was what did I say? I wrote an old man building a brick house covered in dust, looking up the sky. The sky is shining. The sky is shining down. The sun is shining down with pink clouds. That's what I wrote, but yeah,
That is so funny.
once we get a more modern version of that, I might have to.
That one on the far right's kind of cool. Hey,
Yeah.
that's like good symmetry.
Um,
That's so funny.
let's
I'll try it on ChatGPT as well.
Maybe I'll use Gemini. Right, Gemini.
Let's see what it gives us. Oh no, I've reached my image creation limit.
Oh no.
Well, looks like that's not happening.
Let me just copy this prompt into Nano Banana.
I've never heard of that. Is that another one?
Yeah, it's Google's version. So Nano Banana is like the best. It's kind of the most accurate one at the moment.
Okay.
Whereas Midjourney is really good creatively and the quality is insane, but it's not as consistent as
Right.
Nano Banana. Whereas ChatGPT is lol. Yeah, it's the aesthetic of Nano Banana is not as good as Midjourney, but you can be more accurate. So like you can use them. I use them together. So like I'll use Midjourney to come up with like brainstorm ideas and get like a vibe happening, and then I'll bring that into nano banana, and then you can refine it. That's how I made those
Right.
images for the Miller note for our
Oh,
shoot.
okay. Oh, cool.
Let me just bring this in. Ah. Which is the least? Which is the best out of these like Egyptian dudes? Even though they're not right, it kind of helps.
I would say maybe the third one.
Use that. Is that
Yeah, I think so.
cool? I'm just thinking pink skies, 9 to 5s. Yeah, cool. Yes, that'll do.
Dang, that second one you got from Nano Banana or whatever is really good, or Gemini or whatever.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So let's put Sunray there. It's going in the right direction. And did you say you found anything?
No, I have a limit on
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
image creation, so it just stopped doing its thing. So,
Cool.
unfortunately,
No workers. Okay. I mean, I don't know if this is right for the narrative, but like like maybe this old dude is like the guy in this
that's
story.
exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, and also he's in this corporate office as well.
Yeah.
So he's yeah, he has many talents. He's a builder.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't have to be the builder.
True. Maybe the builder could be his dad or grandfather,
Yeah.
or like a relative that did something and didn't.
I mean, that makes more sense for you guys because that's more like literally because it was about your granddad, so that actually makes more sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so it's going in the right direction. So now, our task is to figure out what some of the next, like, what is the next part of the narrative. If we go back to our spreadsheet, did we have any titles planned out? Did you have any ideas of what your next tracks might be called?
Well, I don't know. I had a few, like I wrote a few random things. I wrote one idea was just Lost in Translation. I don't know if you've seen that film. It's got Bill Murray in it, but there's a movie called Lost in Translation. I thought that was an interesting thing.
Yep.
Other than that, pretty much nothing, because I haven't started on the lyrics yet. So once I get the lyrics, it'll like make a bit more sense about what the thing's about.
Yep.
But the minute, not much really floating around. I just did the instrumental, so I got to start with some melodies soon, hopefully.
Yeah, cool. Just looking at some of the symbols that we started coming up with in the spreadsheet. Do you have the spreadsheet open?
Yeah, I've got it open. Yeah.
If you hop on over to the symbols tab, there might be some things that we can use as a diving board or like a.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So I guess the next part of the story is either meeting the mentor or crossing the threshold, which means, okay, we've like decided we're going to try and make this life happen. We're going to try and
true.
Spend more time with our family, make this beach day a reality.
Yeah.
So it involves you crossing over from the, I guess ideally this new world that we're going to is the opposite of where we started. So
Yeah.
where we started was grey and corporate. So I guess the opposite of that would be the beach world,
Yeah. Yeah. I
I
agree.
think.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, now we can start to paint a bit more of a picture of what that looks like. So
Mm.
um, yeah, some of these would be, yeah, like, I mean, anything like beach related, waves. Even though we've said pink skies as a lyric, but we could be called pink clouds or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else we got? Horizon.
Golden Hour. I know there's a song already
Yeah,
called Golden Hour, but that's a good one.
yeah, that's a great
Um,
one. Hour. Main sand. I'll add them down here. Oh, I already had that. We got
yeah,
sand.
sorry. The same with Golden Hour, but I'll just delete it from the other column since we got it now.
What else we got? Pizza.
Horizon's pretty good as well, but that's kind of
Yeah, that's great.
that could be cool.
Yeah, they're all going in the right direction.
Mm.
Yeah, it's almost like, I imagine, if going back, if this was a movie, once you get to the beach, it might be kind of like you're opening your eyes for the first time. It's kind of like
Yeah,
almost too bright.
yeah, and adjusting to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually a good one.
Um,
Could even be like it's almost challenging how different it is or something.
yeah.
Like yeah, like you want it could almost be like you want to return home because it's so overwhelming or something like that as well at first, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Um,
Um, yeah, it's almost like you're used to the discomfort and the monotony, so like actually relaxing and being in beauty is like uncomfortable.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's actually a cool way to look at it.
Beautifully, what would you call that? Uncomfortable something. I guess that's what's that? Is that a U2 song? It's like Comfortably Numb. I guess that's different.
Oh, isn't that Pink Floyd?
Oh, I think so. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, that's actually a good way to describe it, I reckon.
Right there. Comfortably numb. Yeah. Pink
Cool.
Floyd. I mean that comfortably numb probably would work really well for like part one, like the start in as a
Yeah,
place to autopilot. Just kind of adds to that.
yeah, it's true actually.
Yeah, cool. If we were to pick, like, we'll chat with Lawson about this, but if we
Yeah,
were to pick, I don't know, one, two, or three of your favorite words, that are going in the right direction of um going into this new world, which is bright but uncomfortable.
yeah,
What does anything stand out to you?
definitely the Too Bright and Want to Return Home. I think that's good. Those two
Yep.
are good. And then maybe reflections as well, because it's like a point of reflecting of like, oh, like I wanted this, but it's a bit too much, or it feels like too much. I feel like
Mm,
that almost blends well with like, you know, like if you're changing career or taking a leap of faith, at first it's really uncomfortable and you're like, oh, I just want to go back to what I was doing,
yeah.
even though it's the wrong thing. I don't know, maybe something like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um,
How do we and if we were to make that more visual, using the the beach and metaphor. Yeah, like the too bright and the want to return home.
I don't know why I imagine them like coming out of this sort of portal, and then it's so bright that they put their sunglasses on,
Oh
but
yeah.
then it's like also too bright that they put a second pair of sunglasses on. Or something. Like it's just like to really show that it's too much,
Yeah.
or even like I don't know what else you could do, like something with like umbrella or something. I don't know, or like yeah, I don't know. And then
That's
maybe
it. I
like
mean,
they,
yeah.
it could be like they start walking back to the portal that'll send them home or something, but then they last minute make a decision to stay. You know, kind of showing that tug of war between the comfortable and uncomfortable sort of scenarios.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that could be cool.
Yeah, I like where this is going. I think I liked you said the umbrella, so like the umbrella in the sun kind of, that's like there's something interesting there.
Yeah, I see a lot of people like even like I mean, I was thinking, you know, when they walk around with an umbrella, but also when they're at the beach with the umbrellas in the sand.
Yeah.
Like who knows, maybe they run to find they find one that's been abandoned and they just run under it or something, I don't know, to try and escape from the brightness or something.
Mm. And I
Yeah,
like
something like that.
the sunglasses idea as well. Um, as an alternative to that could be like polarized. It's like polarized
Yeah,
sunnies, but it's like you're in a polarized world. It could be
yeah,
interesting.
that's true.
Um,
It is a polarized world in which we live anyway. No, no, it's true, but it's I'm not gonna get
Alright.
so deep. But yeah, we've got some good ones there.
Let's pick
Definitely.
one, I think, for now, and then
All
we can
right.
go to Lawson and then get his opinion in the next sesh. But let's pick one for this next part, keeping in mind that we're going to have to write lyrics about it and
Yeah.
create an image. So
I feel
we
like
need,
for me,
yeah.
Want to Return Home is like probably the closest thing to what I was gonna write the song about anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of that like it's gonna be about like I guess it was gonna be a bit more relationship esque about like you know moving forward and that sort of thing, but but it could be, and that I guess there's sort of that questioning like wanting to return home. Did I do the right thing or something? You know what I mean? Like that kind of like to and fro or that sort of way of looking at it, I suppose. But at the same time, like I don't want that to just like hold us to what the song's going to be about. Like it can always change. That's just what I was going to write it about, essentially, or like you know, trying to move forward, like trying to move on from it and sort of get your like um get back into the game and not be too concerned by it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some that
Yeah.
was vaguely what it was going to be about, really.
Yeah. I dig it. It's great. What is, so now we just need like a symbol, a metaphor for that
Mm.
story. So like when you say want to return home, things that come to mind are like, I don't know, maybe a suitcase, maybe a compass, maybe
Yeah.
I had cold feet, maybe like the sand is too hot, it's too bright, or something like that that represents want to
I
return
was
home.
just thinking compass is probably the best because in Autopilot I mentioned compass,
Oh yeah.
and I think that's a really good way of putting it is like reorientating your life. You know, like because obviously with a compass you can do orienteering of like getting on course, and I think that's quite indicative of what I was going to kind of talk about anyway. Sort of like finding that direction again or something. You know,
Mm,
and sort of I guess maybe even being okay with the fact that you don't know where you're going or whatever. You know, the
mm.
uncertainty or something, you know, that kind of thing. I kind of like that compass or like you said, north, the true north, or yeah, something along those lines is cool.
And then the last part of the equation is like it needs to sound good when we sing it. So like singing compass
Yeah, it's
probably
not.
doesn't sound that great when you like if you elongate it like compass.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe direction or Or try and think of good words that would be sung.
And we can add other words like lost. Lost could be cool. That doesn't sound too bad. And then you could also be like lost at sea or lost in the sand. That makes a
Yeah,
lot of sense for your brand.
yeah, that's
Um,
true.
um,
Um, what else?
um,
I don't know, something like that. I don't know.
would you right?
Or like
Name for time. Oh yeah.
pushing against the. Wait, I don't know, pushing. I'm just gonna leave it there for now anyway. Like that, you know, when you're like fighting against it because it's so intense or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's sort of what came to mind. Though I don't know if those won't necessarily be easy to sing, but I feel like they're good visual descriptors for what we're trying to do, I suppose. Um,
Yeah. Tide sings well. Let me just ask Gemini for a couple more synonyms. I really like the too bright thing.
yeah,
I
me too.
feel
I
like
like that.
that's going in
Yeah, it's good.
provide a list of synonyms for too bright or overexposed. I'm trying to describe the feeling of being at the beach, and it's so bright and beautiful, it's overwhelming, especially coming from a grey, foggy city. Okay, what do you got for me, Gemini? Words only, please. There we go. No bullet points. No, I still want the list. Lol, if anyone's watching this. There we go. Cool. Let's go to. Let's chuck it in here. Boom. What do we got? Can you see those words?
Yeah, I like blinding.
Yeah, blinded by the light.
I was about to say that.
Ooh,
That's the thing.
that is
Radiant's
it.
pretty
Hey,
cool.
what's that?
Yeah. Vivid's cool. Bleached is actually pretty cool too. I don't know how that would
Yeah,
sing, but I like that. I like that imagery.
that's great, actually. Washed
That's
out's
really
kind of cool as well.
yeah.
Let's put bleached.
Luminous reminds me of Harry Potter, but in a good way.
What did you
Lucid's
say?
pretty good.
Vivid, lucid, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you probably don't know if you're like it's so pretty. It's like you don't know if you're dreaming or not.
Dreaming. Mm. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think those are probably the favorites so far.
Let's just pick two, and then that'll do for now. We can pass it on to Lawson and see what
Okay,
he's vibing on.
let's I'm gonna go lucid and vivid, I think.
Lucid and vivid. Um, just real quick, what does that look like as an image? Because they're not like nouns or objects, so it might be quite hard.
Yeah,
We need
true.
like specific symbols, like tangible things that we can.
It's a good question.
That's why I think like something like bleached or the
Oh
blinded
yeah, sorry, I forgot
might
about
be
bleach.
easier.
Yeah, yeah, we'll go with bleach as one, definitely.
Yeah. Um.
We can always do blinded. It can be different than it could be different. Like it doesn't have to be blinded by the lights. We can do
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
else, you know.
Just blinded. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I think those two are probably the most representative so far.
Bleached and blinded,
Yeah.
and better than all the other versions. What else was there? Compass and all that sort of stuff. Is that better?
Are we including that too? I'd go maybe let's go bleached and compass, I guess.
Um,
I think they
let's
put
go
compass.
bleached, blinded, and compass. I'll chuck that
Sure.
in.
Sure.
Just for options.
Mhm.
They're all great visually.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, great. So the next step, we don't have to do it now, but the next step would be start to find some images that represent that, and pulling in some words, some keywords that paint that image, which we can use as the lyrics, and try to figure out like, okay, what is actually the message of this song? What are we trying to get across? Yeah, which I think it's this song will be really interesting, especially because both you and Lawson are at like a point in your lives where you are actually going into like a really new chapter.
Yeah, that's true.
Which so it'll be really cool to turn this song into a reality.
Yeah. And the song itself, like the instrumentation's quite beachy. I'll have to share it with you soon.
Cool.
It's got quite a Lawson said it's got quite a beachy vibe to it, so hopefully that plays into the whole branding thing a bit more as well.
Love that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So all right, well I'll keep these words in mind and see when I come up with melodies, and I'll see if I can come up with any melodies and get some lyrics going too. In the mean,
Yeah, great.
On the side, obviously, yeah. See if I can incorporate any of these. It's kind of good too. Bleached kind of looks like the word beached, which makes kind of connects to the thing a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll look into that, see if I can get that one and going as well, and we'll obviously Lawson and I will touch up some more photos and see if we can make a bit more content with the stuff that we've got. In the meantime,
hell yeah.
And I think that should pretty much keep us going till next week. I think that pretty much summarizes everything. Yeah, definitely watch that Mr. Bean's holiday movie if you get a chance.
Okay.
It's actually pretty good.
Okay, I will.
It's nice, you know. The color grading and when he goes to Spain or whatever, like you'll see what I mean. It's like it's probably a good metaphor for, or not a metaphor, good representation of what we're sort of doing.
Yeah.
So it's funny.
Exciting.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm keen to keep going with it, and I think building further upon it rather than just saying, okay, this song is going to be about this, is fun, and it keeps the direction and the overall branding sort of growing and growing.
Yeah. Very cool. Nice work, bro.
Thank you. As nice work yourself. You did a lot of the heavy lifting here today, so
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's true.
Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, your
Cool.
homework is so did you say you'll have time to work on the music? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Did you?
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
cool.
got time to do both. Lawson and I are going to catch up on Tuesday and try and get back into the swing of things. I was just going to take note of what the homework is. Okay. So sorry, what were you saying? I cut you off a bit. Apologies.
I mean, I think the ideal next step would be to get clarity on what the next track is called,
Yep.
and
Okay.
then um, start creating some visuals for that,
Yep.
and start creating a list of like words, which then we can and like what is about. Um,
Cool.
um,
I also edit some more of the photos from the beach shoot as well, just so we've
yeah,
got a bit
go
more
for it. Yeah.
content. And I'll also, what am I thinking? Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's too early in the process. It's just been a while since I worked on the song, but if I've got time, I might muck around with a few vocal melodies, see if we can get it going. Is there anything else? Oh, pardon me. Excuse me.
No, I think that's about it for now.
Okay.
Will
All
that
right.
keep you busy?
Yeah, definitely.
I know you got a lot on. So
Yeah, I'm trying to make more time for the music stuff at the moment, to be honest. But like I said, once I find out how well I'm doing academically, I can figure out how to, I can probably balance it a bit better.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll work on vocal melodies if time permits.
Yeah, no stress about the music. We'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah.
Awesome, bro.
Sweet. Okay. Well,
Love
that
it.
was brilliant. It was good fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Alrighty, I'll stop the stream. Thanks for watching.